And here's our trip, June and Tom, to London and Greece.
2011. Tom in a pub in London.
That was our first pub. I like this ladies' room sign.
Some of the bobbies walking along in Hampstead.
I hope you like our slideshow with old style projector. Oh yeah, so this is a literary tour in Hampstead Heath, the north part of London. They were taking us to, we'd never been there, where authors were buried, famous authors, Robert Louis Stevenson, and places where they used to drink. Oh darn, this is upside down. Let me fix it and back up the projector. Okay, there. So this is a bridge across the Thames. Oh, it's wonderful.
And?
British Museum. The British Museum, we went there to see the art that was on from the Parthenon in Greece.
And this is a high tea at l'Orangerie.
And that's some, Jenna, I don't know who that is, just some...
A princess.
Yeah, generic princess. Anyway, it's great. Still there.
There's Big Ben, June and Tom.
The Tower, Big Ben. Oh, that's, was that famous wheel. We didn't go up because it was 30 minutes. Seemed like it would get boring after a while. Another view of Big Ben. I determined that Big Ben was leaning 8 inches. Next ship. It's a museum now. My dad did maneuvers with it during World War II, HMS Belfast. So I went on board to take many photos and get a self-guided tour. So now Greece. Oh wait, that was the wrong Greece. Okay, yeah, this Greece. Okay, so we flew into Athens and we went to Crete and Santorini. Flew to Crete and by boat to Santorini. So here's in Athens, the Parthenon Hill area coming up. The world famous, this is a theater somewhere below on the way out.
Yeah.
Oh, so what are these called? These are sculptures of women, not Cyclades. What the heck? What?
No.
Oh, so this is our tour guide. So there was actually a 30-foot tall, beautiful statue in there, which is gone now.
Of Athena.
Athena, my favorite goddess, besides Apollo, of course. And because he was named after the moon landing program. So here's the actual Acropolis. Parthenon, I mean. Acropolis is the Greek name for the hill. It's seen better days, but of course it's not perfect, but it's quite beautiful. And it was very hot, so I was styling. So another view on top. It's very crowded. So here's the plaza. That's the Greek Parliament, the scene of a lot of rioting a few weeks ago. So this is a hotel right by that plaza. A view from below the Acropolis and Parthenon. And now Crete. Great collage by June.
Thank you.
And we flew. All arrangements made, nice. UCLA alumni travel. Stewardess, Greek, spoke English of course. And then that night, Retsina feta cheese, wonderful, and some dolmas.
This is the town of Heraklion in Crete. We're still in Crete.
So now Knossos, this is a famous ancient city, 3,500 years old. They had incredible hot and cold running water, toilets, pipes, you name it. Okay, and here are some pan shots of the one side of it, the side we came in on. There's one of the archaeologists. Speaking of archaeologists, so there's some reconstruction here that is controversial. It was done by some guy in the, I guess it was before World War II. So here's some of the reconstruction he did. That's the nice looking stuff. The other stuff you have to use your imagination, right, June?
Right.
And here's our guide. He was pretty good, if I didn't mention him before. He had a good sense of humor. dry. Here's so there's a fresco back there, which must not be the original on that. Oh, and then so this is a throne room. Throne rooms are a very famous part of this. They thought that's what it was originally, this for some king and queen, but now I guess they're not so sure. Of course, I think the whole thing is a department store. And here's stairs going down to lower levels. Now that goes way down 4 or so stories. Some stairs. Look at those, look like modern stairs. See how they go around. And there's a big fresco. Dolphins. And a woman with the typical open dress. Bulls, so they worshipped bulls. And these pipes are really interesting because so they brought water, and they also were designed at the joints to collect silt so they wouldn't get clogged. Views around. Here's some of the frescoes. So they're obviously replicas placed where the originals were. Parts of it might be original, or based on originals, I guess. There's the 3 women, one of the famous ones. Party going on. The bull on the left, bull's horns. There's an entry, so to the left of the bull's horns is an entryway, I think they thought it was. In the museum. Yeah, this is a game, so which I was really impressed with that they had games.
It's the snake goddess with an owl on her head.
Another view. Oh, this is a famous, one of the ancient Minoan things. Oh, and they used to jump over bulls. So here's a Venetian lighthouse from like about the 1500s. They were a sea power and controlled this area. And there's, we're eating lunch. It's sort of hot, but we're doing good. The lighthouse again. Oh, this is the next morning. We're leaving to go to Santorini, and we had a really nice modern catamaran. It was beautiful. Here's June socializing.
Yes.
And we're arriving at Santorini. So Santorini is actually a caldera, and I have, for those interested, a geologic map, and it's all volcanic. So it was a giant crater that blew up. And where else do we have other ones? In the US we have Crater Lake and Yellowstone. So here we are approaching Santorini. Now, is that snow up there?
Or a lot of bird shit.
Yeah, what is that way in the distance? Good one, June. And who wants to make a guess? What are those things? Well, actually they're buildings, and we're going to drive up. Oh, there's the catamaran we took. And so I'm photographing it as we drive up this windy road. And it was a beautiful ship. Yes, I will miss that ship. A really nice restaurant. Oh, the wine was fabulous. The house wine.
I believe it's called Assyrtiko white grapes.
So there are vineyards out there, and they're all over the place. And here we are. This is the long hot walk we took up the side. Okay, it was beautiful. But the sun was blaring, all these white buildings.
Very hot.
And so people are just hanging out here in all these buildings. There's a restaurant that's either Eris or Paris. So here's the lot of nice views as we were doing our hot walk. Nice pool.
Shopping.
Mannequins. Or were they real? Okay, so more views of the town. There's a church on the left there. And here I am, hot and bothered, drinking water. Here's another view in another direction, I guess. Okay, this is the next morning, June. This must be June at sunrise.
It was hot enough to take a swim at 9 in the morning. And we did.
Oh, and then they hired this boat. It's a wooden sailing ship, but they didn't use the sails, to take us to the little island in the middle of the caldera. So here's this nice little town. Somebody who was, we don't know what he was doing in some kind of wetsuit. Lobster fishing?
Maybe getting bolognas or who knows.
That's the restaurant we ate at. And here we are.
Very, very fresh seafood. What were they known for? Oh, the calamari.
Yeah, and it was actually very good. Well, those are sitting with some of our cohorts. Here's the woman of UCLA Travel. Okay, well, that's the restaurant as we're leaving, called Captain John. Okay, I know it's not very Greek and romantic sounding. So here we are heading back. Okay, so this is, I think, the north part of the island. So this is at night. We're walking around sunset, and we're going to have dinner to watch sunset with a couple of our colleagues, 3 of them. Setting sun.
Santorini is known for gorgeous sunsets.
Yeah, actually the ones in California are similar, but we didn't tell anybody. This is actually sunrise now. So that's when June was wandering around town.
There are the donkeys, which tourists can get rides on up and down those steep hills.
Yeah, but they also must take various things. And this is, those are, yes, nipples on ancient Minoan pottery. Oh, and this was what they think was a barbecue thing. I got in trouble actually for posing. You're not supposed to pose in front of the artifacts. And that's one of our guide on Santorini, talking about an ancient Minoan fresco.
So these are the real ones inside the museum, the real frescoes.
Yeah, and they're from this other ruin, which is supposed to be much better preserved, but it's not. It's closed because they had an accident. More of the interesting pottery.
More nipples on the pottery.
So they worshipped, it was a fertility, why they were into the breasts.
And this double axe is very popular.
Oh, so here we're doing, we had a cooking class. So there's June. Cooking. What is it exactly? Some kind of, do you remember what you did? So everyone got a turn. And there's the cook on the right.
It was delicious with a yogurt base.
No,
I'm taking it back. Spanakopita.
Oh, okay, that's June with the spinach.
That's right.
Oh, so there was this cute young girl who was showing us the Greek dance. Okay, and now this is later. Some other views. Or wait, what? No, wait. Was this? This was the town in the north part. Started with an O, I think. Yeah. So notice that we're in the shade for that photo.
And there are postcard-like views. A windmill in the back.
Okay, a lot of colors. Greek flag and more buildings, quite beautiful. A view down below. I don't know what that is, some boat.
A Greek cat.
It's interesting how these buildings are all close and on top of each other. And there's a woman in the sun. We think that could be a bride wandering around there somewhere at night. Oh no, this is the next morning. We're leaving to go back to Athens. And we had to get up very early. Okay, so this is the museum. So they didn't allow photos in the museum, but you know what? I hate to say it, but the British had better art than the Greeks because, of course, they stole it in the 1800s. The Greek guards with all their pomp and circumstance, right?
Exactly. So on the hour they do all that strutting around and they let you pose, but they won't talk to you. You can talk to them.
Coming back, and we had to wait on the plane because there was a power outage when we arrived, but we did get off on time. I mean, actually it was about an hour late. The end.